What's up, Dub Nation? Hey, Robbie. Good to have you. Yep, new news. There you go, Robbie. What's up, Dub Nation? This is Rich with Let's Go Warriors. I am here to update you with all the trade news, especially as it relates to the Warriors, obviously. Let's pull up the back screen, which is our Discord server. And let me get it to the server itself. Yeah, just like Robbie said, there is breaking news right now. So let's just scroll all the way down and let's see. Well, let's not credit that guy, but right here, Shams, but really it came from Kelly Eco, Clippers beat writer. When you stop supporting that person's delusion. Harden is under contract for 39 and 42. So Clippers and Cavs working together. I feel like I just had deja vu. Isn't it crazy? I'm hearing Clippers are about to trade their star with the beard to Cleveland for their star with the dreads. M grads at 7:03 p.m. p.m. Hey, Dante DiVincenzo. I kind of want to look at what Minnesota might have to offer for Giannis. Here, let me free Discord. You have to be in the VIP section to see all these real-time feeds, though. But I already put the Garland-Harden rumor in the main free version. But let me put the Discord free. Pin this in the comments. There you go if you want to join our Discord. But it has this stuff for you. Yeah, Yahoo sources. Have engaged in discussions. Harden has the ability to veto any trade. Players who return to their current team on a 1-year deal or 2-year deal with a player option are given an implicit no trade clause. I don't quite understand that completely yet, so let's just go look at his contract and, just ease into this whole talk about Giannis and Draymond and all that stuff we'll get into. Clippers, here we go. I like Hoops Hype because it gives you out years. Yeah, he's got a player option, 39 and 42. So, let's see. Player option. It's a no trade clause, basically, because I got to digest that a little bit more. All right. Boy, I'm getting behind just catching up on the Garland-Harden breaking news as we went live. So put it in the notes. Garland-Harden breaking news. Agenda for today. I'm just kidding, Bruce. Fine. You can come on here and throw Draymond under the bus like you've been for the last 86 hours. Oops, I haven't changed my background to be that of the purpleness of Discord. Agenda for tonight. Catch up on breaking news. 2, discuss news from this morning. Giannis and Draymond from this morning. And 3, check what package Minnesota might have for Giannis. That is our agenda. Okay. I got to look at that one more time. Anybody want to explain to me the implicit no trade clause? Let me see. Because he can take player option. Let's look it up. Why is an NBA player who has a player option for next season considered no trade clause? Oh, they said how's Rich? Wow. De facto no trade clause. A trade would cause them to lose their bird rights, right? Bird rights protection. They lose the bird rights they were set to generate, causing their bird rights to revert to non-bird rights, which limits their earning potential. To protect financial interests, these players can refuse to be traded. There you go. Let's put the link in there in the notes, which are in the description. Why Harden can veto bird rights. You're famous, Bruce. I think that's how it works. RJ status shooting lights out. Okay, let's check. Hold on. I want to check comments, but I also want to catch up on everything. Anything else going on? Rim Rockers. Crazy, man. Let me go here to the Warriors live feed because it's a little bit cleaner. Craziness. 15% trade bonus. How much is Darius Garland making? 39 million for James and Darius. 39 million. Pretty much the same. 39,446. Wow. Just a straight swap. James Harden has been amazing at 36, but trading him for a 26-year-old two-time All-Star feels too good to be true. Nutsos. Okay. Comment time. Everyone's anti-Draymond? Oh, what happened, Raymond? Any problems? Not going to let me join the Discord. Huh. Any probs, email me, and I'll try to do my best because honestly, it's not that easy to figure out. Harden asked out? I don't think he did. Oh, I need some hope or reality check. Well, I gave the reality check a while ago. A couple days ago. Or was it yesterday? I can't remember. It's all a blur. It's up to you. Moral of the story. It's up to you to decide how you want to react to this. But if you're not sure about anything, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to clear the dust and make you guys understand all the ramifications. I enjoying letting people see the light. I'm putting notes in the description and they will be copied to the comments later on. But yeah, let's see. How should I word this? Well, yeah, it's still, I mean, this is January 31st. It's 2.5 days old, but can we get Giannis honest recap is what I'll call it. Can I fit that whole URL in there? It worked. Yay. Hey, we have another Chinese commenter. Can't read your Chinese. Okay, let's start at the top. Robbie Bautista, Shavanch, Sham's tweet. There's been a lot of tweets, but yeah. Yes, I saw that he said on air. Shams did. Shams said on air that Giannis would wield more power. In off season. Because of the same thing as James Harden. Look at Milwaukee real quick. Oh, not quite. 1 year off. But the extension thing. Due to telling teams, just so people understand this, due to ability to tell teams he won't extend. I think Portland is like, oh, that's okay. You can come here just for 1 year. We're cool with that. That's the latest this morning also from Jake Fischer. So maybe why Portland told Jake Fischer they'd be willing to do that. And then convince him to stay. Yeah, that's on our Discord. If you go to the very neatly organized Dunleavy Lacob section, and let's just Ernie, Jimmy's right-hand man, tweeted out that. So we covered Ernie tweet on Giannis basically wanting to play in New York City, which I'd been saying, which, you know, I got from somebody else. So all the insiders know this. And some outsiders. Let's keep going up in reverse chronological. Okay. The day started with Shams on ESPN. It was actually the night before. Last night, they had Doc Rivers on, and right when Doc Rivers finished his interview, Shams was like, the Heat, Timberwolves, Warriors, Knicks, those have been the most serious suitors, and Bucks have to manage the risk and reward, whether you do a deal now or you wait for the offseason when Giannis only has 1 year left. That gives him even more control to figure out and dictate his future in the offseason. That's how the day started. Then Brett Siegel released his article where one of the people that he interviewed, or his source, says, in my opinion, was just doing fantasy trade machine type stuff. So we had that. Let me show you. Shams on Giannis having more control in the offseason. And then this one is Brett Siegel said someone thought Dray could get traded, not opt in for $27 million, then come back to GSW at veterans minimum, because at that point we'd only have enough we'd only have enough apron space to get him at the vet minimum. Some little tidbit stuff that we already knew. MPJ is not going to happen probably. Trey Murphy. So that was very interesting. And what was Draymond's response? By the way, Terry Rozier can now be traded. The Nets have not called about Giannis. And Anthony Davis likely to remain on Dallas. Unfortunately, I saw that. I mean, obviously, I've been hoping to at least consider Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and Marc Stein. And not Marc Stein. We don't need to trade for Marc Stein. He can't play basketball. And Naji Marshall. Marc Stein on Anthony Davis, Max Christie, Naji Marshall, staying put. And I talked about, oh boy, we want to talk about this too. New agenda item. What Steve said on the podium about the Warriors transition defense. Last in the NBA. So tack that on later. And Dray responds to Brett Siegel Clutch Points article. Not really Brett. He responded to an aggregated post. And he said, "Who's the source?" Which then I took that picture and made it my thumbnail. Yeah. So I don't think Draymond wants to give up 27 million, guys. Dre's threads reply. And we should be caught up. Giannis could be turned off by joining an older team. Jake Fischer said this, like when Kevin Durant continues to absorb to this day about teaming up with Curry. And who wrote about that? I did on January 31st. So that kind of felt good that my thing was confirmed by Jake Fischer, but I got it from somebody else. Let me show you where that's at. The Curry truthers. If you ask a Curry truther, so this is in my article, I just posted the link, and it's in the comments on Giannis. Jake Fischer on Giannis maybe not wanting to play with Steph a la Kevin Durant. And that's what he literally said on a podcast after last year's trade deadline. Said right here, he angrily shot down Matt Ishbia's attempt at trading him from Phoenix to Golden State. I was told by someone who had spoken with Durant's camp that KD did not want to come back to the Bay because if the Warriors won, Steph would get all the credit. If the Warriors lost, he would get all the blame. So matches my article. So I think this article pretty much encapsulates most of everything, not everything, because I do need to talk about kind of like at some point, I don't know if I have time between now and Thursday, that Giannis does hold a little bit of leverage if he's traded now versus later. However, the rebuttal to that is I don't know if the NBA players really think about that a whole lot. Like, I think you would, as I mentioned in here, I think you would need to have like a Brandon Ayuk personality to kind of go to your GM and go, trade me now, because if you don't trade me now, then I'm going to make it hard for other teams to trade for me, and then you're only going to get the deal from New York, and that's it, for example. So, kind of complicated, but yeah. And it's anybody's guess right now. Who knows what Milwaukee's thinking? We'll have to just wait and see. All right, trying to backtrack. We believe. Yeah. I'm still liking my Anthony Davis, Max Christie, Naji Marshall idea. I need to email, what's his name? I need to email the Dallas guy. Shit. Let me email him real quick. My fault. I totally forgot. It's in one of my searches. And then at some point, we got to do commercial break. And talk about whatever you want to talk about, but I have the agenda up in the comments, so we'll look at that. Nice. 35 at G. Okay. Let me email him. Yo. Oh, Gmail goes what? Wait a minute. Oh. That was funny. I screwed that one up. Okay, here we go. At gmail.com. Sorry for the ASMR. Sorry guys, I'm typing wrong. All right, I'm gonna send this email. You come highly recommended by our mutual colleague and friend, Yossi Goslin. It is, thanks for bearing with me, guys, as you guys pile up the comments for things to talk about soon. I write an email to Grant Afseth, Mavs reporter, to see if he would take my AD proposal that you guys should know about by now. And I said, my name is Rich, and I've been credentialed with the Warriors for forever. Probably crossed paths with you unknowingly at American Airlines Center or Oracle or Chase at some point. Wondering if Mavs fans would be okay with a trade for all our 4 firsts for AD, but also Max Christie and Naji Marshall. At least that's the basics of it. Obviously, we have some salary matching to do. Clay is included in the deal. You guys get JK, Moody, and Pods. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, would love to hear if that would entice the Mavs at all. Obviously, Stein indicated earlier today that Dallas wasn't expected to trade AD and perhaps more importantly, hold Christie and Marshall in super high regard. What do you think, guys? Does it sound good? All right. If no moves are made, yeah. Dina Gun. Well, there's the James Harden Garland one. That guy you told to relax when he said LeBron can make moves with the Warriors. Hey, thanks, Chico. Chico State in-house. What should I put in the background here? Let's put the thumbnail. Yeah, that's fun. Screenshot. Oh, I haven't even tweeted out yet. My fault. 42 concurrents. Honestly, not bothered if we don't get Giannis. Oh, I want that to happen so bad, mainly because I like Max Christie a lot and Naji Marshall. Isn't that kind of weird? 36-year-old Harden trade value is, well, yeah, it's, I guess, Garland. Check your ego at the door. Yep. Yeah. Bye. I don't think KD or Giannis will get the blame, and they will not win, especially if Coach Kerr's still the coach. Some Warriors always put the blame game on Steve. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we know for a fact that KD didn't want to play with Steph again, just honestly due to the fan base and media, and that's no surprise. And KD's different. Draymond love and hate. Yeah, right. Totally. Let me put this. Where's the Draymond one? Here it is. There's a thin line. Hey, Portman's Commish. We believe Warriors. What's up, Bloomer? Anything else I miss? Yeah, would you take LeBron? For who, though? How would we do that? Oh, thanks, Bruce. Look at that. We need to put something cool over here. Anthony Edwards? What? Why do they have Anthony Edwards as their thumbnail? Well, let's see. I'll put my own article right here. Shock LeBron trade. Thanks, Bruce. Man, you the best. I think Bloomer was off by one comment. He said ew to LeBron, right? Qualified to come back on a vet min. It's a player option, so he would opt out and do a vet min, which is crazy. So I wrote about it on the Discord, right? Right here in the VIP commentary, where if you're a VIP, you can comment in this one place. And this is what I said. I believe that Warriors will do a trade that we never saw coming. Does AD count? Does that count? Yeah, Knicks would need to figure out how to do a whole bunch of things. Same thing with Minnesota, right? Thinking more about trade scenarios. Yep. That's how it goes. And trade deadline moments. Some Chinese with a goat at the end. Ooh, Bruce doesn't want Giannis. Oh, it's just because of the Jimmy parallel. Ah, thanks, Dean. Look at that. Wow. I'm on fire. Fire. Okay. We lost a whole bunch of people. Where'd they go? Got bored. Me taking screenshots. Okay. In that case, do a quick commercial break. Quickie 60-second commercial break. Then go through rest of agenda, which I already covered the Draymond one, right? So not much of an agenda left because I covered everything. And I want to look at the Minnesota deal and do some trade machine and see what's possible there, because that one puzzles me. That one really puzzles me. Commercial now. Some of you won't get a commercial. I have Netflix. Oh, yeah, retirement tour. If LeBron comes here, that'd be weird. That is so weird. Yeah, I don't know how you get Draymond, how you would get LeBron here in a trade. That's not happening. Because doesn't he make like 50 million right now? 52 million? How are you trading that? That doesn't make sense. So it would be this offseason. Fruitigear Arrow. No, don't know what that is. Bloomer. Let's see. A BD light guy. Who's that? Oh, anybody. Whew. Okay. Bruce with the painful truth. Okay, one thing I did say in my latest article, which this one's actually a couple days old, but today, hey, I did say, you guys give me a like, huh? Give me a like right here. Use a like here and use a like there. Oh, man, guys. Oh, man. Steve went on the podium on Saturday and he goes, yeah, our transition defense was terrible. Last 10 games, we're dead last in the league in transition. We need to focus. I'm sitting there going, what? We need to focus. How is Will Richard going to focus when he's got 6'7" Cade Cunningham behind him cutting to the hoop? How is Buddy Hield going to focus? It doesn't matter. He's got to guard a 6'8" guy. Who's guarding Isaiah Stewart? Dunk. Was Melton supposed to take a charge on 6'8", 250 Isaiah Stewart? This may have been the first time I listened to the words coming out of Steve's mouth, and I was like, nope. But I get it. I know you can't tell your team that, we're going to do a team huddle. Hey, guys, huddle up. You're too small, and you're too unathletic. Nah, you can't do that. So I get it. You got to give them hope. You got to give them confidence, but we're too small. And we're too unathletic, and that was very evident against Detroit. I will say that with Jimmy, we were doing the impossible, but we have cheat code Curry. So it's all explained in this article. And when we had Jimmy, he would be the recess monitor. He would be like, buddy, what are you doing? Pay attention. Or, yo, Will Richard, let's not overplay Cade Cunningham here. That makes no sense to do. And he would keep him in line. And he would, on offense, dribble drive, jump on 2 feet, fake, get the foul. Oh, we're shooting free throws. Guess what? After the second free throw, you're walking the ball up. So without Jimmy, it's tough. But Steve said the last 10 games. It's only been 6 games without Jimmy. So we had, 4 or 3 of those games were pretty bad in transition. And I remember that too. Overall, to me, we're just too damn small. It reminds me of, I wrote this in the article, when I used to run my basketball leagues, I distinctly remember Oakland, because Oakland, you will get any random team. You could say it's an Asian league and they still sign up with no Asians on it. Doesn't matter. That's cool. I never really, kicked anybody out. But basically, I'd have to put them in the right division. So we just wasted an hour of everybody's time. You blew this team away by 30. You got one dude can dunk. Your point guard is like buffed and quick. And you got another really quick guy that would be like the best guy on every other Asian team. Dudes from the hood. But really good ballers and really fast and maybe a little bit out of control. Turnover, but they'll still play really tough defense. And I'd be sitting there going, man, if they just told me what kind of team they had, instead of being all, like, I don't know who these guys are, and I just really didn't have time to research it. Did you sign up for the right division? No, it wasn't on purpose. They just, they wanted to play it safe, and they didn't know that division had like a slow Asian team maybe that they'd beat by 30. Like, who wants to sign up for a league and you beat the other team by 30? That's like a waste of your time. And so it's an interesting dynamic when you run basketball leagues where where the people pay you to hold a good game for that hour. You want them to be happy in that hour, which means hiring good refs, not JT Orr. And so I thought the Detroit Warriors game the other night reminded me of when I would sit there and go, yeah, this is a little lopsided in terms of the athleticism. We need to move them up. So we need to move them up so that they can play a team that has really good, chemistry and whatnot, and balance that out. And the Warriors have that, but when they play an elite team, like we played Charlotte has guys like Detroit does. Brandon Miller flies. LaMelo Ball, pretty damn athletic. Other guys too, right? And we beat Charlotte pretty convincingly. That's because they just really have no chemistry. So you can have all the athleticism you want. Lack of athleticism and length. You can have all the athleticism and length that you want, but if you have no team identity, then you're probably going to lose to a good team. And we had a good team that day, and Charlotte had a bad day. They're playing way better since then right now. Let's look at their standings. Just out of curiosity. Look at that, 23 and 28. They're 10th. One game out of the play-in. Yeah, so we are just small and unathletic. And so that's further why I want to do this deal with Dallas. I think we'd be hedging our bets with Naji Marshall and Max Christie. And that's just an idea. But I get it. If it's too risky, I get it. So we went right back to, Saturday, Steve went on the podium. He said some stuff that I totally disagreed with, because remember, I did the recap on here every watch party. At the end of it, I look through my notes. You know that I take copious notes. You can hear me typing all the time, even tonight. And I take copious notes and I go back and do the recap. And honestly, the other thing I said in this article and that night was we actually played pretty well. Like, I think Steve has done a marvelous job of taking a bunch of guys that aren't really that long or athletic, and we are in every game, especially when we had Jimmy. And that game against the Pistons, without Jimmy, without Steph, man, we were this close. I mean, Buddy Hield, 3-ball open, 117, 114, would have tied the ball game, would have blew a hole through the roof of Chase Center. He also had another one. It was 120 to 124, 2 minutes, 20 seconds, 3-ball. Missed it. Would have put us down by 1. So we came really close to beating this team without our 2 superstars, which is crazy. And so that's why I look at it from that lens and I go, if we were to just let Anthony Davis keep, coming back from injury for now, we might have won that game with Max Christie and Naji Marshall. Just because they're way more athletic than who would be the equivalents, Pods and Moody. So that's my idea on that one. That's why I went all the way around and made a big circle right back to the Anthony Davis idea. What else is going on? Golden State. Yeah, Minnesota needs to get more teams involved. I'd like to see in what manner, just to take a peek. LeBron for Jimmy. Yeah, I don't think the Lakers would do that. We are so old. Yeah, Cade is awesome, man. I want to let's do some live streams of Detroit Pistons games, huh? I mean, Draymond's going to be rooting for him. Is Kerr gone after this season? I don't think so. It's up to Steve, really. I said, it's up to Steve, really, but if it's not up to Steve, then it's up to Steph, and he's not going to do this. He's not going to. He wants Steve. There's the question. Oh, I forgot to tweet out this. And we got more concurrence tonight, even though I didn't tweet. Maybe that's the key. Just forget about social media. The runner's knee is what Steph has. Well, none of us can predict it, Bloomer, at the end of the day. Yeah, against any young team, you're right. You got the problem with the slow, old, and small. We need to hit on this 26th draft pick. Oh, boy, good luck. But my question is, do rookie of the year types fit in Kerr, Steph ecosystems? I don't know. Oh, Kawhi is playing well. Well, if they get rid of Harden, they're not going to get rid of Kawhi. Sit Steph tank. Wow. I don't see Lacob doing that. Why not just do my idea? Anthony Davis, Max Christie. We don't even need Anthony Davis for a while. We can win without him, and then he shows up and we're good. You'd rather have Kawhi than Giannis. That's crazy. I can see how that fits based on our performance against Detroit. Zion or LaMelo? I thought about Zion, but I just don't think the Pelicans are coherent. Joe Dumars, man. Never liked him once he suspended Draymond. I wouldn't want Ja. He's too small. Do we know if Steph is playing? He is not. Steph is out tomorrow. Tomorrow spelled with 3 R's. Yeah, clickbait titles for sure. I had people come in and go, "You're boring," or your typing is too loud. Okay. So your goal was to make me feel bad about myself. Nice try. Slow, old, and small. Oh, no. Wow, Bloomer. You're glooming. You're glooming. Well, it is good to kind of go, whatever. Okay, let's get caught up on this real quick. Dominic Barlow. Cavs can keep 2 of Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Darius in the long run. This trade would indicate their commitment to Mitchell, who can extend this summer for up to 4 years. No, we need him as a free agent, 2027. No, but good analysis, Yossi. Yossi says, trading Garland opens up Cavs for extending Donovan Mitchell, which would cross 1 max free agent off the board for Warriors in summer 2027. Oh, you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about Jabari Smith. I think he'd be a good fit on this team. Can he join us in 2027 or no? I signed long term. Never mind. Okay, let's try a new fanspo. Actually, let's go to Yossi Goslin, and they talked about Minnesota. So Giannis to the Timberwolves. Let's listen in. Let's go 1.5 speed.
I think the most important bit of information that we learned today was that it doesn't seem like Giannis is as locked in on the Knicks as maybe we've been thinking. But Minnesota is the first team that I think has entered these sweepstakes that we didn't really expect. We talked about Golden State, we talked about New York, we talked about Miami various times over the past several months. We had never talked about Minnesota because we just sort of looked at their non-collection of draft picks and said they can't do it, right? So their draft assets are minimal. But they actually have a pretty strong offer to make as far as player value goes. It would just have to be 3, 4, 5 teams. Because while they don't have that much that I think Milwaukee would want, Milwaukee might want Dillingham, Milwaukee might want Shannon, Milwaukee might want Berenjay, fine. They have a lot of stuff that other teams would want. Starting with Jaden McDaniels, who I think has more trade value than either OG Anunoby or MnagoL Bridges if the Knicks have to go shopping for picks with those guys, because he's 3 years younger than Anunoby, 4 years younger than Bridges, and he's significantly cheaper than either of them. He's going to make $50 million less over the next 3 years than OG Anunoby is. So I think a lot of teams that might not have been interested in Anunoby or in Bridges might be interested in Jaden McDaniels, and you might be able to go to, say, a Charlotte or a Utah and say, can you give us several first-round picks for McDaniels to be a core piece for you that we can then send to Milwaukee? If that's the case, you might have something here. After that, you probably have to ship Randall somewhere, or ship Gobert somewhere, ship Naz Reid somewhere, ship DiVincenzo somewhere. Like a couple of those guys, you probably have to send out to get picks. But I think this is a workable construction, because if you look at the Knicks, they have 2, maybe 3 guys, maybe 4 guys, I guess, with McBride that other teams might want. Minnesota has guys at every position that other teams might want. If the imperative here is trade your veterans for picks and send those picks to Milwaukee, I think Minnesota might have an easier time doing that than the Knicks would. So I think Minnesota is really in this.
If I think that the Knicks have a legitimate shot at putting together a package for Giannis, then I think you got to feel equally about the Wolves' chance of doing it. If Giannis does have the Wolves as the preference, and yeah, it's been a while now since the Knicks were supposedly his only preference, so things could have changed. We both agree that he's going to have to open up his preferences eventually if he's going to actually get moved sooner. So now it seems like he's actually doing it. If the Wolves are a legitimate spot, then I think they have just as much a chance of the Knicks of putting together equal type of value. You mentioned Jaden McDaniels, for example. I just feel like OG, I know he's so much better. If you're the Knicks, you could keep him. I don't know how the Knicks get a deal done without trading him, to be honest. So now you look at the Wolves, if they're actually in play, and which to me means that, and you as well, that Jaden McDaniels is in play. Now the Wolves probably have the better offer, unless the Knicks are willing to put up OG Anunoby. But to me,
hold up. So, good point, Bruce. First of all, they say McDaniels is the price. Wow. I would rather have OG than Anunoby. How about you guys? Here, let's just do a poll since we have room to do a poll. Interesting. Would you rather have Jaden McDaniels or OG Anunoby to rebuild with? It's close, but I'm gonna take OG. I don't know, maybe Stein, etc. Is the OG contract not as good or what? Let's go to Minnesota real quick. McDaniels 24, 25, 28, 30, and OG 40. Yeah, more, much more. Anunoby would be the piece for New York, and Anunoby would be the piece for NYK. Percy. And Bruce says, wouldn't it be crazy to have Giannis go to Minnesota? That's what I would say if I am the Warriors or the Knicks or any of said teams you are in competition with. Take the youngest and cheapest. Yeah, that's true. Jaden is younger. OG, and he's cheaper. Yeah, you're right. That's why it's good to have live streams. All right, end the poll. Screwed that one up. Jalen Johnson or Scotty Barnes. Yeah, which they don't want to trade. Those respective teams don't want to trade. So, okay. Unpopular opinion by Dean Agon right now. But we won't throw you under the bus here for saying that. I'm not saying they're not one of the best. They're just caught in a pickle. I was unable to write about this on here, and I said so. I said, it's not really Kerr's fault for us being unathletic, and I can't even blame Mike Dunleavy Jr. Well, this whole thing, it's an evergreen discussion for another time, but I just think when you try to figure out the combination with Steph, first of all, you lost Clay, and I don't mean that we did anything wrong. It just happened. On how hard it is to build around Steph. One, we lost Clay, so the dynamics of that changed. Two, we got Jimmy. Three, we lost Jimmy after figuring it out. The whole time we were small and we leaned more towards IQ and complementary pieces. The whole time we were small, but we figured it out. Complementary pieces. Just think of Guy Santos, right? All those guys. Will Richard, Pods. And it took some time, took some growing up, Moody. So now we have these guys that know how to play with Steph, which is a completely different dynamic on any other team. So that's why our pieces going out in a trade do not look as attractive. It's hard to do a trade that way. So, hey, it is what it is. And I've said on here before, just as a baller, just wanting to play the game of basketball out there on the playground, I don't want to be on Steph's team. I really don't. Now, if I was an older baller that doesn't mind Steph carrying the load, I don't mind deferring to Steph. I'm more than happy to set picks for him all the time because he's way better than me, especially now that I'm older. Yeah, I'll play for Steph. I'll play with Steph. But overall, I don't think it really fits. Now, it doesn't even work. Guys that want to be the man, that it doesn't really work that great in terms of look at Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. That didn't work. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So the era of super teams don't work no more. So you can't just get Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron together anymore and just go, okay, everybody sacrifice a little bit, but we're so damn talented, and even that didn't work the first year, right? And so, yeah, took a while for them to click. I remember that. I bought League Pass and I got DirecTV solely to watch the Miami Heat back then. So I think having Steph is a gift and a curse. So we'll see what happens. That's another reason to go get Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and Naji Marshall, because it's so hard to find extra pieces to put around Steph. I do that just to take a shot at AD being healthy. And there's no guarantee that Jimmy is going to come back 100% either. Okay. Yeah. Took 40 years for the certainly it's hard to please Warriors Twitter right now. Similar route. Man, I don't know. Oh yeah, but see, like, yeah, That's the other thing. Glass half full. You had to go through that learning experience. Plus, we lost Clay. Let's not forget that. Giannis wants to play with Ant-Man. And yeah, I don't know. Let's not do the what if thing. He isn't blameless. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's like, I don't want to blame anybody. I prefer to call it, we're trying our best given the circumstances versus blame. And that translates into regular life, does it not? Don't you think? I think so. Warriors are capable of winning post Steph. Oh, look at that. Barca. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's impossible to predict though, but yeah. That's pretty cool though. Didn't know that. I'm gonna screenshot that because that's good inspiration, man. Anything we're missing on Discord? Anybody? Clippers and Harden. Okay, yeah. League sources told that the news was brought forth by James Harden as the Clippers were stunned. You're right. He wanted out. Whoever said that earlier, I just wasn't sure about it. But who is James Harden's agent? It's not Rich Paul, is it? Oh, okay. Mike Silverman. I know Mike Silverman. I mean, I don't know him. I've just heard of him. Damn. Excuse me. Dominic Barlow is killing. Uh-oh. Tomorrow, better be careful. Well, maybe he's going to use up all his gas. Harden to Houston not happening. Yeah, I don't even know how that would happen. Let's screenshot this. Good comments tonight. I think there's always someone to blame. Yeah, kind of. Drafting good, yeah. True. It's hard, man. Barca able to attract the best talents. Basketball involves drafting. Also, I think we hit a little bit of other bad luck, meaning the new collective bargaining agreement. More bad luck. New CBA. Am I right? Tends to keep stars in one place with those with extensions. Rather than UFA, Kevin Durant, KD, what do you call that? Not a shopping spree, but KD dog and pony show. Right? It feels that way. I haven't thought about what the machinations are of that. something to ask Yossi Goslin. Bob Myers was a legend in, well, he wasn't a legend in drafting people because the 2021 draft wasn't that good. Yeah, we will lose a lot of those bandwagoners. Bandwagon Curry fans. Alrighty. Who knows? Who knows what the ticket sales will be like? Anything else I failed to cover? Let's go back to the agenda. Well, TikTok, man. In 48 hours, we're going to have a lot more rumors to go through. I almost think that tonight we got lucky. There wasn't that much. Yeah, so I don't think Draymond is opting out of $27 million to sign the veterans minimum. That is honestly, that was clickbait. And one more look at Trade Machine. Let's look at Minnesota. Fanspo time. So it's going to be Jaden McDaniels and a whole bunch of other guys moving left and right. So let's go Minnesota. Let's go Milwaukee. Let's trade Giannis and Thanasis. And let's trade Jaden McDaniels. They're going to need to move Gobert somewhere. Or Randall. Let's say it's Randall. Second apron space. Yeah. So we're going to need another team. I don't know. Utah Jazz, Brooklyn Nets. They've got space, right? The Nets probably do. They are $48 million under the tax. Oh, let's send Julius Randle to the Nets. I don't even have any draft capital, so that's not going to work. So it's going to be no, it's not going to be the Nets. It'll be a contender. Detroit? Who? Man. Well, they just need to get rid of Julius Randle. Let's just trade him somewhere. Boom, you're under the second apron. And Jaden McDaniels, you're under the tax. I don't know how they're going to get the picks. I don't know, huh? How many picks do they have? Not much, right? Capsheets.com. Minnesota. Scroll down. They can trade 27, 29, 31. Oh, they have 3 picks? No, they have no picks here. Oh, they have nothing. Yeah. How is Minnesota doing this? I don't know how Minnesota's doing this. So what do you guys think? Would Minnesota's package look more attractive than GSW? McDaniels plus to be determined. And we know what our package is. In the off season. So the league getting more athletic. Yeah. Yeah. The other thing is, also, I honestly think it's a toss-up between Moody, Murphy, and Jalen Johnson at the time. Minnesota Timberwolves are trying to trade him. I thought it was Cleveland. Let's look at our Discord, which is to join our Discord. It's pinned in the comments. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Clippers and Cavs. Let's check what's happening across the NBA. What's up, Dante? Pick swap. Yeah, of course. 10 years younger. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Or coming up on 10. Fast forward to the off season. Steph wouldn't want you to feel that way. You gotta go through the process. Anything else? Also that, Franz Wagner thing. JK actually fell in the draft. He was considered a pretty good pick at 7. I'm pretty sure, 85% sure on that one. But yeah, Steve wanted Wagner. It's been reported. I think by Marcus Thompson. If not, someone close to that. I'm not sure about this either. I don't know that we need to be terribly attached to knowing exactly what everybody's thinking, right? Isn't that applicable to daily life? You know, you got to be able to let go of that. Trust me. If you've ever been in a difficult relationship, when you're young and immature and don't know any better, you want to know everything. You don't want to know everything. You got to learn to mature to a point where you're you and you're happy just being you. You don't need to know everything. You got to let go of that, addiction to control. And control comes with fear of something. No, I don't got that. But it takes a while to learn. Wow, people think Minnesota would get Giannis. I mean, they have no picks. Yeah, that's true, huh? Picking where he goes. I mean, I don't know that there's enough. Here's my rebuttal. Potential rebuttal. The list wasn't that great anyways. Right? I guess like New York, and the only teams that can do anything right now are Miami and the Warriors. So those aren't that great either. So, and those Minnesota's, I mean, Miami's, of course, both teams have to start with MI. Miami's package will increase. I kind of, I kind of want to disagree. I could be wrong. I feel it's a little overrated that, Giannis has all the power. And I think the packages aren't that great. I don't even think the Warriors one is that great. So we're gonna build around whoever our pick in 2026 is. And with the Warriors, we'll get 2 shots at it. One at around the 7, 8, 9 pick. The other one, the Warriors pick at 17-ish, let's say, or 15. We'll drop a few slots, 13. So I'm building my franchise around those 2 picks and JK, Moody, and Potts. That's not exciting at all. Okay, so all right. Miami then. Okay. Khalil Ware. I don't even think I want Tyler Hero at this point because what am I doing with his contract? Miami. Oh, it comes off the books. That's fine. Give me Tyler Hero, Andrew Wiggins, Davion, Khalil Ware, and whoever you pick in the draft. And then the 29 pick. What? Wait a minute. I get no picks in 2027. I think is what's the deal for, so hold on. Miami package looks like, well, first of all, the Warriors package. Warriors package, we know, isn't that great. Miami package looks like Miami. picks. Okay, send the 2026, whoever they pick, whomever is 2027 pick, 2026 pick, can't trade it until 2029, 2031, and 2033, but we need to look at Milwaukee. Let me see. And Milwaukee has nothing in 2027. 2028 is the lesser of all of these. So 2027 no pick, 2028 sucky swap. I don't think Miami's situation is that great. And then Minnesota's situation we just talked about, don't know. And so you want to start with Jaden McDaniels? Oh, there's not much to choose from. And the last one would be New York, and they've got to make a whole bunch of, moves, starting with figuring out OG Anunoby. Do we go after OG Anunoby? Let me think about that for a second. He's not that great, though, is he? Let's look at his contract. He's no Giannis, but New York. That'd be ironic, wouldn't it? So I think Milwaukee just has to know what it really wants. OG Anunoby, 39, 42, 45. What, 2 picks for OG? $40 million, 42. So it'd be 42 in the offseason. JK's 22 plus Moody is 11.5. That's 34 million. We need another 8 million. I guess Buddy. Man, I like my Anthony Davis deal, man. See where the draft pick thing is. I don't think I'm with utilizing a bunch of draft picks just for one guy. That's hard. So that's why I like my idea. Okay. If the Warriors don't land, it's not because they didn't try. Yeah. Young players always want to play, when they idolize. Maybe they wait until summer, get lucky. Ooh. Yeah, right. Spurs, huh? Good point, man. Good point on the Spurs suddenly coming into focus. That would be amazing. Get Stephon Castle and Harper. Yeah, but San Antonio needs to go through the playoffs and see where they're at. So time will tell. OG or Siakam for Kuminga. Well, I think from what the way I look at that, Pascal never wanted to come to Warriors. What's the ceiling with AD? First round, really? Fully healthy? You don't think so? All right, well, let's do a poll. Oh, fully. Yeah. What do you guys think? Man, I'd be shocked. Fully healthy AD with Max and Naji and Clay, actually. And Clay off bench. Let's see. Can we beat OKC? Yes, no, I don't know. Maybe abstain. I don't know how else to word it. All right, let's notate Minnesota's package. End of poll. I guess you guys really like Jaden McDaniels. I don't think he's that great. He's super long and everything, but I think he's a worse version of Mikal Bridges, but that's just me. And look how far Mikal got. That's just my opinion. Well, I think we're ready to wrap it up. Been live for an hour and a half, which is shorter than usual. Oh, ironically, I forgot. I wanted to mention Jaren Jackson Jr. What if, guys, what if we went after Jalen Wells and Jaren Jackson Jr.? I think you need package deals. Trade machine. And again, my sources told me that we did inquire about JJJ in the offseason. But Memphis wanted more picks, and I'm like, let's do the same thing as I'm suggesting. You want picks? You got to give me more talent. So let's trade. Are they in position to tank right now? Memphis, not really, but pretty much the same as Dallas. Okay, let's just assume they would willing to take Jimmy for some strange reason to tank. It's only $35 million now, but it'll bump up because you already signed the extension. Take a look at that real quick. Hoops Hype. Team salaries and Grizzlies. Yep, bumps up to 49. Okay. So 35 million. So we need to send back. Oh, this is good. This is good, I think. Let's see. How many guys do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and they're trying to get rid of Ja. 2, 3. Can we get both? I mean, no way, right? They got too many wins to tank. You need to be at about 15 right now. Or, yeah, because everybody's 13. Man, it is hard to tank right now. So we're looking at JJJ, and I'm saying bring in Jalen Wells in that whole one fell swoop. The JJJ idea. I still like the AD idea more because it brings Clay back. All right, someone's got to try it at some point. Ja and Jaren send out 20 mil. Well, JK is going to go. Man, that works. Just like that. First apron, tax. What? 76. What? and 4 picks. Would you do that if you're Memphis? Would you do that with your Memphis though? We got to keep it realistic. I don't think they're getting much other than the 4 picks. What's their pick stash? Let's look at their pick stash. Cap sheets, Memphis. Pick stash. Oh, they got a whole bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They would have 13 picks. Include Ja. Wait. Can we get okay? If they're sending us Ja, then we don't get to have Jalen Wells. We'll do that next, where Ja is not part of it. But don't you think they'd be happy with that? 4 picks and JK. I don't know. Let's do a poll. We got to do a poll. Now, be objective if you can, please. Hold on, I forgot to screenshot the previous 2 polls. Okay. 137. Okay. Would you, if you're Memphis, objectively try? Would you accept a trade of Ja and JJJ for Jimmy, JK, and 4 picks, 4 first-round picks, and 3 swaps, everything? Excuse me. Whoops. 4 picks, 3 swaps. All. Yes, no, I don't know. Maybe abstain. I don't know, but you got to really think, like, what is the goal of Memphis? They'll have 13 picks. No one to really. They don't have a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They don't have a Shea to build around. Certainly not JK. I mean, right? So, yeah, but then maybe they could move up in the draft. They got favorable of own, second favorable of Phoenix. They would have ours. That would be 3 picks in a loaded draft. 2 more in 28. Favorable of own. Least favorable of Washington and Phoenix. They'd get 1 more there. Orlando's unprotected, and they'd get. Ooh, that is interesting, right? That's interesting. I want to do a Jalen Wells one, though, because Ja is a little risky, don't you think? Okay, we're saying no, Memphis would not want, even 50-50. What else would we need to do to sweeten that deal? Send them pods. All right, you get pods. Pods is on a good contract. All right, you get pods. That's not fair already. Shoot, man. 80 million, 74 million. Give us your worst contract. Ty Jerome, 3 years, 8 million. That's too much, is it? No, that's okay. Brandon Clark, no, 2 years. Aldama at 18 million? Do they want that? Rebuilding? I'm sure we'll figure out a way to manage all this. Okay, you get Moody. I'm going nuts. We're going nuts. We need 1 more player. $92 million. First tax rate. Okay. They've got good books. All right, send us a crappy guy. Landale. GG. Man, look at that contract. 1.9 million. Jalen Wells. Does it increase? Probably, I don't know. But they got some good players here, man. They got a good roster. They're superstars out of it and injured. Man, would they give us Jalen Wells? All right, just give us Jalen Wells. Be done with it. 3-year contract. Let me check Jalen Wells one more time. Hoops Hype. I should just have Hoops Hype up. Grizzlies. Jalen Wells is gonna make, yeah, it's 1.9 at 2.3. Man, team 2.5. Okay, it's a 2-year contract basically because you got team option or Scottie Pippen, Gigi Jackson, or Cam Spencer. I think they'd want to get off of Cam Spencer, probably. All right, fine. Give us Cam Spencer. Who cares? It's a long-term contract. You don't get Jalen Wells. You get Cam Spencer for 4 years there. Okay, that should balance it out. 91 million, 95 million. 91, 95. Oh, we're over the second apron, so we need another player. Conchar? They still got Conchar? Oh, Conchar. Maybe Conchar. Yeah, let's try that one. Take Cam back and send Conchar. Oh, wait. I went the wrong way. I need to get somebody cheaper. Okay, then it's Jalen Wells. Dude, I would do that in a second. I like Jalen Wells. Santi Jalen. Does that get us? No. Shit. Santi was 3 years. 2 years contract. They got some good contracts, man. Ty Jerome. Yeah, Ty Jerome. Player option. Yep. Let's do Ty Jerome. Get rid of him. Ty Jerome, long contract, guaranteed, pretty much. There we go. 9 million under the second apron. Are we close? 91 million, 83. Nope. Okay, we got to take Conchar. 91 and 89. That works. That should work. Conchar, shooting guard. Ty Jerome, shooting guard. Oh, it's funny. That's a little messy. I don't know that you'd want, so many shooting guards on one team. Well, okay. Let me try. The main pieces fit. The main contracts with Ja and Jaren. Get both Jaren and it's crazy. That is crazy. Watch the fact that we've covered all potentially realistic trades. One of these is going to be it, huh? One of these. And then I can go, oh yeah, I predicted that. But no, we predicted every damn thing. JJJ. Yeah, I don't even want to go down that road. I don't know. So let me try one that doesn't have Ja. Undo. And all these guys. Jaren is the main piece. I don't know why you wouldn't just do it, though. That's where I like to go blockbuster. If I'm spending picks, that's the thing that I feel is, if you can do it, if you're sending out all these picks, give me some multiple players as a hedge. It's just like, you don't buy one stock. Go out and buy 2 stocks. The more you buy, the safer it is. It's just like mutual funds. The more and more stocks that you have, then you're buying a mutual fund. So let's mutual fund the picks, right? Hey, I should trademark that. Let's mutual fund the picks that are sent out. So I would only go and get AD if I get Max Christie and Naji Marshall and Clay. I would only go get Jaren Jackson if I'm getting other guys. And, honestly, I would just go get Ja. At that point, it doesn't matter. You got your 6'11" defensive player of the year type. Just go get him and then see if it works. If it doesn't work, I don't know. I mean, you can do a lot with Ja, I think. If he's rehabilitated, no. If he's if somehow the chemistry works. But okay, let's not do Ja. I want to get Jalen Wells into this, and incoming 36, outgoing. Really, I sent him Moody, right? I mean, I sent him Jimmy, right? Oh, outgoing, yeah. So we don't need to send Moody. And 80 million, 36 million. And I think they still want Pods because it's a good contract. And damn, I don't know what else to do here. Since we're getting Wells, I don't know. They get Melton. I don't know. That doesn't really help them. We need to get rid of. I mean, it just tells me that trying to get John JJJ in one fell swoop is a lot easier. I still need 40-some million. I guess. $35 million. Keep Jimmy? Send out Moody. There it is. Oh, that works. Moody, Kuminga, and Pods. Jalen Wells, Jaren Jackson. And 4 picks? Damn. Can we do it for 3? So this is the second one. 149 Marc. JJJ and Wells for JK, Moody, Pods, and 3 or 4 picks. Hopefully 3. Okay, let's see. That would be nuts to get. John JJ. You heard it here first. No, I'm throwing everything out there. Ja Wick. No, actually, Dean said he wanted to get Ja. Dean sent me a Ja trade with stuff. I couldn't believe it. That's hilarious. Let's do this. Let me move these guys down a bit. So I can take a screenshot. I hope Ja's value's down. Let's do this. I think you guys like this one better, even though Ja's injured, right? It's a sexier trade. Oh man, that'd be nuts. Wouldn't it be nuts? John JJJ, baby. I don't know. We got to get a Memphis fan here. I don't think they really care about Jake Hager pods. You do get 4 picks, or yeah, 4 picks for that. Oh yeah, Will Richard. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, Bruce. Will Richard. I got so excited by all of that. Okay, we'll send you Will. Good contract, super cheap, and it still fits. Pretty much that'll fit. Pretty sure. It's less than 10%. It'd be hilarious. Bum Dama. Tried to soften Brooks's image. Oh yeah, huh? Isaiah Stewart. Yeah, I know. I know people would like this one better, but I want to get Clay back, and I like the wings. This is a way sexier one and sells more tickets than all other scenarios combined. No, right? This one really sells tickets. This will sell more ticks than any other trade and all other trade scenarios combined. And when I say, I mean, all the tickets are already sold, but when we go on the road, those would be sold and people would show up for the games. Like, we wouldn't have venture capitalists going, I don't feel like going tonight. Oh, did you put your tickets back on Ticketmaster? Nah, because they can afford to do that. Damn venture capitalists. Oh, hey, John Doe. Yeah, baby. Thanks, brother. As long as you, what we call, keep it high vibrational. Let's check Discord. The way to join our Discord, at least to start for free, you don't get these VIP feeds yet, but you'll start getting used to it. And then every now and then I'll have a link for you to upgrade for $5 a month only. So we got onto the JJJ thing. Thank you, NBA, for tweeting Jaren Jackson out of the blue. Made me think of it, and we went on this fantasy tangent. But yeah, the pinned comment has your Discord sign-up link. And we saw this. I'm not too interested in Shams talking about James Harden and possibly going to the Cavs and all of that. Like, so I won't play this. Besides, wouldn't want ESPN to be mad about that, even though they're generally, NBC is the one that is authoritarian, and CBS don't know too much about them, but ABC is generally okay. Kawhi Leonard has no comments, and we're catching up on more of the NBA live feed. Ooh, Kawhi right here. See, this is what makes our Discord so awesome. It just embeds the video straight from Twitter.
Yeah, there were some reports that came out about the possibility.
Yeah, but he's boring to listen to. So, and we're a Warriors channel, so we keep scrolling on. John Collins. Yeah, they're disappointed that James wanted to leave. Yeah, I'd want to go to the Cavs too if I were on the Clippers. I mean, you get to play in the playoffs. Okay. Mr. Buck is a good follow, as he just, I guess the NBA doesn't care that he clips damn near everything, but it benefits us. I'm just saying that sometimes I feel like if I did that, then the NBA would be mad at me because I used to be credentialed or something. And it's just like, why are you always mad at me when all these other guys are doing all these things? But whatever. I don't bother myself with that. Did you try James Harden? No. Why would I do that? Joe or Mike watch the stream. Probably zero chance. Triple J. Wouldn't mind Warriors getting. I know. Is it crazy though? Is it crazy? I don't know, man. Well, the poll has evened out a little bit. Memphis would not do that. There's nothing else for us to give them. Jimmy, Jake, I forgot to put pods in there. Just give them everything they want. Will, Richard, go ahead. We get Ja and JJJ. That'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely crazy. Yeah, right? I would agree with you. Let me go back to the JJJ picture and take a screenshot since it's relevant. Not that I don't know what I'm doing with these screenshots. Like, I don't have time in the day to tweet out anything. Just wait. Not enough time in the day. But appreciate your comments. Funny how much the Warriors have changed. I know, man. It's crazy. Blow it up, Memphis. Blow it up. Ja, not cool. Ja, drama's on steroids. Man, I don't know that we need to be all picky about this stuff, you know? Oh, Anthony Davis is always injured. No, just kidding. That's legit. You can be picky about that one. Okay, Bruce, take care, buddy. Harden has asked. Yeah, he has been. Cinema. Jokic. Oh. Nuggets be like, yeah, we want pods. No. They do something weird. All right, let's call it a night. Almost 2 hours. Because we went on that JJJ tangent, or Ja. JJJJ. JJJJA tangent, which was fun. Yeah, live stream gay. Yep, tomorrow. In fact, thank you for reminding me. Next live stream tomorrow, 7:00 p.m. Pacific time. I do my play-by-play. I'll take notes. Like, you can always hear me on the keyboard. I'm taking notes, and then right after the buzzer, what I do is I'll do a recap based on all my notes and going through the play-by-play, because I want to have a recap podcast for the next day. I missed the last 2 games because we're in trade season and we're doing these lives on day offs, and it gets you get really behind. And but tomorrow, Philly at Golden State, and then we cover all the post-game video, and we dissect, we analyze all that crap, every morsel. We have a microscope on every damn thing, but that's how we roll. We are crazy. We live and breathe Warriors all the time, and that's why we want to keep it high vibrational. We want to almost pretend we're Steph. We want to pretend we're Steph and have joy while going through the process. Oh, hey, look at here. Brett Siegel said something. Got to check that out. That's what did he say? As we said, the Warriors and Heat make the most sense. Heat have the best players package. Warriors have the best. Yep, we've gone through this a million times. Man, it's a total toss-up, is it not? Have we ever had this where it's a total toss-up? And I think they had like Poly Market betting, page on Twitter was saying they had like the Bulls as number 1 yesterday for some strange reason. And I still haven't figured that one out. And then it changed to now I don't even know what it is now. Dean Chambers. Did you hear, Dean? Would Memphis do JJJ and Ja for anybody they want, plus 4 picks and 3 swaps? Hurry, Dean. I got to go. I want to rest. It's 10:34. Starbucks is closed. Yeah, Dean wanted Ja and the Warriors. Didn't have JJJ in it. I don't know. Well, how could you know? You're not a Grizzlies fan. We did all the homework. And then KD turned out to be a whole lot of nothing. I know. Did we? I think we did. Yeah. Now I prefer over Giannis. Really? Huh. Wait a minute. Let's do another poll. So, I mean, the poll that we have right now, very difficult to us as Warriors fans. We're inherently biased. If we want some deal to go our way, hey, man, the poll disappeared and didn't show the results. What's up? Is it broken? All right, I move on. No, it's not. We're not dealing Jimmy. We can do the deal without Jimmy due to JJJ and Ja not having enormous contracts. Oh, there it is. Finally, the poll showed up out of nowhere. Took some time to process. Oh, we went past 2 hours. Oh, well, we'll end it soon with one last poll, which was, what was it again? Would you rather get JJJ and Ja or Giannis? And let's say it's with Miles Turner and Miles. Giannis and Miles, because that we figured that part out. Yesterday we did. One more time on the Fanspo. I think it's here. No. Okay, fine. Let's trade Jalen Wells back. Let's get Ja Morant. Well, the numbers work. I thought the numbers worked. Did we send Draymond or shit? I can't remember. Oh, I should have saved it. Damn it. I guess it has to be Draymond. No, it was Jimmy. It had to be Jimmy. Yeah. Sorry, Dean. My bad. Delete. $19 and yeah, it had to be Jimmy. Send him every swap because it's Jimmy, and you're not really getting anything out of that. Send everything we got, all the good contracts, all the good players, and 4 picks and 3 swaps. Yeah. Giannis and Turner, the way the okay, I don't know about Giannis' comments. Does he really think he'll be treated like KD? That wasn't Giannis' comments. Technically, Giannis never said that. Where are you guys getting your info? Yeah, nobody wants Ja, huh? We're getting them at a low stock price. Giannis and Miles. Well, my AD trade is like, oh, you got to read my article, Dean. Man, I'll never get off of here. Boy, I just keep going and going and going. Like, ooh, 7 people on Substack. What's up, 7 people? Oh, shit. Bah. Dean, your handle is way too long. Just kidding. Okay, go read that and let me know if that changes your mind on Anthony Davis, because it really does highlight the value of Max Christie and Naji Marshall. But I digress. We want to talk about JJJ and Ja. Yes, no, we did. We talked about it. No, we're just kind of, that's what we do here, man. Everywhere else, people on redacted bleep Warriors Twitter, they're complaining, they're saying this ain't happening, that ain't happening, I hate Lacob, he sucks. And it's like, you guys are not fun at all. All you do is complain all day. We come on here and we dream up some scenario that is a tiny bit realistic, a tiny bit. We can wish it into some semblance of reality, justify it. And it's not just crazy because we actually sat here comparing the salaries and it looks doable and we try to justify it. And we even told ourselves, okay, if I'm Memphis, this is not enough probably, or whatever. But then you look at their first round draft picks, they've got 9. Add 4 more draft picks to your 9. How many draft picks does OKC have? How many? Oh, we'll just count them on Cap Sheets. Capsheets.com. Thank you, Yossi Goslin. You the best. Who are we looking up? OKC. The barometer. I would totally, if I was negotiating with Memphis, and this was my only last choice, I do believe that we should do something. I don't want to do nothing because I don't feel like the basketball will be meaningful. But I'll still root for the team. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13! Oh! If I'm Mike Dunleavy, I go every day. I call up the Memphis dude. I go, today I checked capsheets.com, man. OKC's got 13 first round picks. You've got 9. You want 4 more? You know, instead of like winning championships, it becomes how many first round picks do you have? Do you think GMs walk into the, summer league like, I got 13 picks, man. How many you got? Do you think? Because if they do, this would be good to dangle in front of Memphis, huh? OKC has 13 picks. Memphis has 9. Do the deal for JJJ and Ja, and you'll get the 13 for Summer League meeting bragging rights. See, I just justified it. I wished another thing into existence. No, but the AD trade, I think, is more, this is just more for fun and another backup plan. I still like the AD one just because of Max Christie and Naji Marshall are legitimate good role players around Steph. So, FYI. Giannis and Miles Turner, yep. Well, I don't know that it's guaranteed because, see, going back to that article, Steve Kerr on the podium Saturday after practice. We're dead last in transition defense. Like, does Miles Turner make us better than dead last in transition defense. He's a rim protector. Like my idea for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and Naji, we win this game against Detroit even without AD. That's why I read the article, Dean. Let me know if you change your mind. Giannis and pass on. Yeah. Bloodbath. Oh, yeah, man. I know, right? In a jiffy. Oh, that's why they called it jiffy. Well, we're going to have to. Look, here's the thing. Giving up all the picks for Giannis and Miles, I just don't think the gap from JJJ and Ja is that much. Anybody agree with me? We should do a poll, but we don't have time. Let's do it tomorrow. Somebody remind me tomorrow at the game. Let's do a poll tomorrow where I go, if you're giving up all the picks for Giannis and Miles, is it that much of a difference between that and all the picks for JJJ and Ja? I don't think it is. Like, you know, we got cheat code, man. We just need to put a few pieces next to them. Like, what, us winning by every game by 10 with Giannis and Miles. I don't even know. I'm just saying, I'm giving you the benefit. You think Giannis and Miles is so great. All right. We're winning every game by 10. Okay. Let's take Ja and JJJ. All right. So we only win, we don't win quite as many regular season games. I don't know. I think Ja's the best regular season player out of all those guys. And okay, so maybe in the playoffs we win by 5. Dude, what is the difference? We're still winning. You want to give up that many picks for Giannis? Why not give up that many picks for almost Giannis? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. What's the difference? Is the difference between winning and losing? Is it really that? What's the difference between Giannis 4 picks and the next, whatever package it is, JJJ, and I know AD, that's an injury problem, right? But JJJ and Ja, let's say, but Ja's injured, yeah, I get that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is the difference a win and a loss? I don't think so. You're close enough. You're getting some good stuff back for 4 picks. What about Cat? I don't think Cat, we played against him. I don't think he has the eye of the tiger. So, nah. Give up more. Dean, hello. Oh, man, Dean. What? You've been out of it, bro. Okay. That's it. One last look at Discord. And good to have you. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. Next live tomorrow. Had fun talking out loud. Checking your comments is good stuff. I still will not have an outro by tomorrow, pretty sure. It is just crazy. With all the trade stuff, somehow got to wake up in the morning and check Discord. And whew, that's not easy, man. That's not easy. Giannis on the Warriors. Yep. 4 picks and 3 everything. And Lacob's dog. All right. Hey, Dean, tonight, I don't think tonight I can argue with you. So drive safe. And we argued about AD about 5 days ago or something until like 3 in the morning. I need to conserve my energy for tomorrow. And so far behind on editing these for doing podcasts on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, which we are on. Go search Let's Go Warriors, 3 words on those. No, don't say that. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet, Bloomer. Say it on February 6th if nothing happens. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Go Warriors. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.